Welcome to this week's show of the Crazy Gentleman podcast. I'm your host, the Crazy Gentleman. And, damn, I don't even know what to say about this week's show. Get yourself a coffee and, buckle up. This is the best way I could describe this is, it's like herding cats. This week was another Mama Tried episode with my two very good friends, Jeremiah Jack and my illegitimate motorcycle son, Garrett, known by the world as the Pink Scooter Kid. I don't even know what to say. It took about the first 5 minutes to get these two rounded up a little bit and just steered back on track. I don't know. There's not much to say. We got rolling pretty good though. It did turn into a good show. We got rolling pretty good. And you guys will definitely enjoy it, but this was just part one, like all of these Mama Tried shows. Just tried to keep it inside of a half an hour. The only one that I did run past that half hour mark was Randy, Detroit. You guys already saw that. That's been released already by the time you're seeing this. But all these other ones were quickies. This was basically a part one for the next time we're all together. And I would even like to add another person into this little round table, this part two of this episode. And it's just going to be limitless. There's not going to be any time boundaries on the next one. So, yeah. Anyways, so for now, this is what you're getting, man. You're getting the fucking rounding up a herd of cats that Mama Tried. So yeah, anyways, man, just want to thank the Jacks again for being awesome. Thank you, Garrett, for being such a good son. And, yeah, man, this episode is brought to you by Evan Simbita Custom Knives. Simbita _custom_knives on Instagram. Yeah, go hit him up. 740-270-9057. Call Evan. Tell him I sent you. Seriously, tell him I sent you if you're going to call him or contact him. It helps a lot. And Lexan-moto.com for all of the best audio devices inside your helmet to enhance your riding experience on a motorcycle. Yeah, listen to that shit. It's awesome. Punch in the code word crazy for 15% off at checkout. And Bare Knuckle Performance, bareknuckleperformance.com for the highest quality parts made in America. I don't know, man. There ain't much more to say. Mama Tried's awesome. Hope you guys enjoy the show, and I'll see you next week. Oh, and also don't forget to like, subscribe, give me a rating, hit up the Patreon. I'm the Crazy Gentleman on Patreon. I'm just the Crazy Gentleman everywhere you could find me. You could Google search me, you could figure it out. You found me here, you're already watching. Please like, subscribe, rate, review. Even if you're just listening to this on the audio, on the podcast, do it there, man. This helps immensely. Even if you don't join the Patreon for a measly $1.25 a week, think about what else you spend $1 a week on. Yeah, so even if you don't want to do that, just give me a good rating somewhere, wherever you're listening to this. Give me the thumbs up on YouTube, whatever. Do all that. Yeah. Have a nice week. See you next week. Oh, also, this is kind of rude because it's not even going to be available by the time you guys see this, but how awesome is this shirt? Go give Hailerization on Instagram a follow. Haley's awesome. and Jake. Yeah, go follow them. Look at this shirt. How awesome is this shirt? They made this shirt for me. That's official. You can quote that. See ya.
Like they were fucking square, and they tasted like if I made you biscuits and gravy for dinner, dude. Like it was. Like,
All right, dude, we're rolling.
They're like very.
Enough with the biscuits and gravy bullshit.
These square biscuits.
Yeah, dude. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Garrett at Dumbrush on Instagram.
I'm Jer, short for Jeremiah.
Jer, we didn't even talk about this. Are you even a part of this show?
Well,
Jer is a part of this show.
I come in the middle. Like when we're telling the story, you know, I'm in the story.
Oh, yeah. Jer's a large point of the story.
It kind of started because you were going to get a tattoo from.
Darren McCaig?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit. I guess we'll go back to where we met.
Yeah, that's how it started.
You two knew each other.
I met Rob at a gas station on the way to Mexico a few years ago.
And I was ripping my FXR down around early this year, and we got. I don't know. I think you just told me, hey, go hit this guy.
You put up something and you go, I'm going to be going through Colorado. You drew like a smiley face in America.
Yeah.
And one part of the smile got like pretty close to me. And I was like, I'm 150 miles from the interstate, but you should come over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly.
That's how it was. Like, I didn't know you from Adam. So I got the Christmas card. With the Christmas, I had no context. I guess.
You guys are really killing the story right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're
really
starting
crushing it.
like
really
years before the story ever started.
Yeah.
But,
all right, dude, let me just start the show over real quick here. We're here at fucking Mama Tried Motorcycle Show in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee.
With Dumb Rush and Crazy Jer here. And, anyways, we all met each other. Long story short.
Long story short. Where do we want to kick this off?
Yeah. But, fucking... Well, where'd you leave off there after the smiley face?
So I met this guy on the internet. I don't know him from Adam. You don't know me either, but I was like, you know Rob, I know Rob, come over. You know what I mean? Like basically, come over.
I had no idea what I was going to get to.
He shows up on his FXR, and it's like swap meet at the dealership day. He just happened to show up when the swap meet's at the dealership. We're all hanging out at the dealership, checking out swap. We're just chilling. I don't know, Garrett really at all. I was like, you should do a wheelie right now. He's like,
no.
Okay.
I was making fun of a dude on a dyno with a chain drive that had never done a wheelie in his life. And Jared was like, oh, why don't you do one? And there's a bunch of the cool kids, you know. And I was like, all right. And so I got on my fucking FXR.
12 o'clock in front of the dealership. There's people all around. Just turns around. Does it again. And me and my friends were very impressed. You know, we're like, he blew it like a tumbleweed. We didn't know anything about it. And
that just kind of kicked it off. I remember going back after the fucking wheelie, and they were like, "Oh, you're serious?"
Yeah, we're friends for life now. After that, you know, So how did the whole scooter idea?
Oh,
How did that start?
The only reason I'm like, hey,
we were explaining why I'm in the story.
We're trying to make this like a half hour.
So I'll
still the scooter.
I'll start off with the very first thing of the scooter. So after I did my thing with Jer and all them, I got my arm done. I showed up back to Casper, stayed there for like 3 weeks. It just let my arm heal up, and I was getting some chain lube for my FXR at a local dealership, and they had a little pink Trailmaster 50cc scooter at the dealership, and one of my buddies was like, hey, why don't you ride that coast to coast? And I was like, that's stupid. And so I put a poll on my Instagram. I was like, if you guys pay for this, I'll ride it coast to coast. No Venmo, no anything. It was just kind of a joke. And then one motherfucker found my Venmo and sent me $100. And I was like, oh, this is real, isn't it? People want to see this. So I posted up my Venmo. Within 8 hours, it was fully funded.
It was pretty cool. I say $20 or something. You put you wrote my Instagram with a Sharpie on the pink scooter.
It was $5. It was $10. It was $20. It was $22.75. It was literally anything. And so I bought a scooter, put everyone's name on it. And because I couldn't come out of pocket for that. I'm a fucking broke little traveler kid. And I was like, I'll figure I don't have any money into this. I'll ride it till it blows up, kick it in the ditch, hitchhike home, ride my FXR the rest of the year. No biggie. And so I started riding it, and I blew up a motor, and I was like, well, I guess we could just put another motor in this. And
Well, first you souped it up, right?
yeah, I put a little bit of big bore kit, little shit. But yeah, it took off, and it took me like 14 days to get to the West Coast from Wyoming. Blew up my first motor. I literally could see the ocean when it blew up. Fucking hitchhiked it back.
That's what Christopher Columbus said.
Yeah, exactly. And fucking hitchhiked it back and put a top end on it. Blew up another motor like 3 days later. Fucking put another top end on it in a campground on a park bench. And
Where's that?
that was in Crescent City, California, right on the Oregon border. And it just kind of tumbled out of control from there. Once I got off the coast, it was running and gunning. And that's kind of where Jer comes back in.
Well, there's like a little bit between, you know what I mean? Like,
It's such a long story.
yeah, I know, exactly. Dude, because you made it pretty close to my town. Like, he made it one town away. I live in the Rocky Mountains.
Yep.
And the cops pulled you over in Silverton.
Oh,
and you're
fuck.
like, I want to ride this scooter over like this gnarly pass. It's the $1 Million Highway is what they call it.
I already made it over the big passes. It was 7 miles from where the cops stopped me to the top of the hill, and it was all downhill. All downhill from there. And fuck.
Dude, let's talk about this, man. What was some of the crazier things that happened on that road trip?
Oh man.
Like, what was one of the really like? Okay, when someone was like, when you think in your head, I rode that stupid pink scooter across country. What is it immediately what comes to your mind?
I would have to be going to beat Jer.
Jer's house?
That was
It's crazy. He hitchhiked to my town, and he hasn't even called us yet. And my other homie finds him, like the other chopper dude. Like Chopper Community Drago's like, there's not a lot of us, but it's pretty solid.
They're
Dude, the
fucking
next thing I know,
solid.
he's at my homie shop drinking beer and like hanging out. And like, dude, you got that the titty photo there too.
Three chicks,
Dude, like
the titties out. The cops stopped me. I'll just start from here. This is really where this story gets interesting. I got a rod knock going over the $1 Million Highway. A rod knock from hell. And I knew the scooter was going to blow up. I was going like 7 miles an hour up the grades. And made it to Silverton. The cop pulled me over, said you can't pass. So we got in like a screaming match about whether this was a 50cc or not, or whether I needed a license plate or not.
But you had a plate.
I had a plate.
You were
and I was ready to
legal for
cut
the
that
road.
bitch off and run it as a bicycle. And he would not have any part of it. So I ended up just like thumbing it over the hill. It took me 2 hours with my thumb out. I got
With a
it
pink scooter. This guy
with a pink scooter.
How tall
I'm
are you?
6'6", like 260 pounds.
With a pink scooter, hitchhiking.
And this older couple, like the real cool, like late 60s couple in a first gen Dodge with a flatbed,
Really?
stopped, and they were like, "Oh, we wondered what was going on." And I'm like, "I'll tell you if you take me to the top of the hill." And so we stopped and talked, and they drove me like 60 miles, and I hadn't even thought about where I was going. I was on my way to Willie and Jer's, and I didn't call them or anything. I just figured they were my safe house. And
You're having motorcycle problems in like Southwest Colorado.
Fuck,
like
man.
anywhere near the Four Corners.
Anywhere
Hit us
near-
up, dude.
If
Hit
it
us up,
best,
man. Like,
best fucking people, like 100%.
We got all that
the best
crap
people.
just in case somebody needs it. You know,
Anything, and anything, and so we got out. I started going down the hill. I was like 6 miles from Durango, and the motor popped, and it was done. Wouldn't start. Wouldn't go anywhere. And I look forward, like right as I assess the damage of the scooter, I look forward, and there's a bike pulled over, 2 bikes pulled over, and so I just looked at them, and I saw one lean over real far. And I'm like, that's a fucking chopper. I am 6 miles from Durango, and there's a chopper stopped. Like, this is where it gets good. And it was my buddy Connor on his sports shop. He now lives in Hawaii. But we ran
that
out.
kid Connor moved to Hawaii?
Yeah, dude, he's living it up now. They're just surfing,
Wow.
Yeah.
like hanging out.
Did Mackenzie move with
Yep.
him?
Yep.
Wow.
No, they're happy as clams, dude.
Good for
It's a
them,
good deal.
man.
It's a good deal.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
fucking great.
Okay.
Anyone in Durango, fucking great. And they came, picked up the scooter. We're drinking in the shop. Fucking
He's
then
like,
I
"Call me."
called
He's like,
Jer.
no, I'm good.
And I'm like, yeah. And that was kind of the epitome of it. And then I spent 16 fucking days living at Willie's house. And
It was a nice break. Like the tiny house. When my brother's got a cabin, like tiny house thing, and just for like
Dude, I mean,
like
I
Garrett
think it's
show up,
pretty
you
safe to say
stayed
me
there.
and him are your most illegitimate best relatives ever.
right.
Ever.
Turned out pretty good.
It's fucking family. Like,
Probably the best way to describe it. Yeah.
and it's like a lot of people say that shit about everything. They're like, oh, we're family, but it's.
We have a lot in common. We talk a lot, like it's where it's not.
It's so weird to just meet people and then all of a sudden you're like, no, this is
No, dude, when you go to your
we're the
home-
same.
Like between me and him, I mean, we've traveled quite a few miles. There is no family like the Jacks.
No,
There just isn't. Dude.
no, and
There
it's
just isn't.
To me, like all of that, you know what I mean? Not only me and Willie do the stuff that we've done together, but with our dad too. It's kind of rare.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's wild.
and it's like the Jacks like want what's best for everyone, and like it's just like, oh, you need this? Like, we found a dude without it that needed a tire real bad. Well, fuck, follow us back. We'll throw a tire. It's like,
Didn't you leave your truck at that dude's house
which?
in Denver? Was that a Denver dude?
No.
Denver dude.
Yeah, and I don't know. If you ever get a chance to go down to Durango and hang out with the Jacks, fucking
Dude, so in
Well,
that
it's not an
16
open fucking
days,
internet invite. dude.
oh, good point.
you did it on your podcast. Willie's all, if you want it, it's like Airbnb, but it like, yeah, if you're in the area, hit us up for sure. But so we ordered. So you had it started with a 50cc.
Yeah,
right?
it was a
and
50.
then you souped it up to an 80.
Yep.
And then we ordered a 150 on Amazon.
That's when
and the
girls
motor
started
mounts.
coming.
Yeah,
That's when the girls started coming.
you get a 150, but like the motor mounts were completely different. Like we cut everything out of that frame.
Really?
Oh, we have changed
everything.
Everything
I didn't know
about it.
that.
The axle, we were able to reuse some of the drivetrain as far as like the CVT clutch.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, more of it got changed than not.
And it all looked original.
Yeah, well, all the pig plastic snapped back on. All the turn signals work and the horn beeped and like everything. You know, like the speedo was doing it. Like,
Yep.
I just want to know what motorcycle museum is going to pick that thing up.
Yeah.
I tried to donate it to the Wheels Through Time.
That place is cool. Like,
It's great.
But I don't know if it's at speed. You know, I think it's in a good place now. You know,
I was kind of like, bump, you should have this.
What did
like-
Matt say?
He was like,
Didn't even dignify with him. Dude, because not a lot of people have done that. Has somebody else, to your knowledge, ridden the 50cc
No,
scooter?
I'm aware of a couple people that tried.
I mean, Lloyd Christmas tried.
A lot of people have tried.
Because remember, what's his name? Beaner.
Oh
Did it
yeah,
on some mini bikes for like a charity thing.
Yep.
Yeah, but nobody. Okay, so Beaner did it on a 50cc. But he didn't do it on a proper scooter.
Yeah.
No,
He
not
did
a
it
big
on a
scooter.
little pit bike.
No,
Yeah.
he's
And-
got to be the only one that
And,
did
and
it on
there's a big group of people that ride 50cc's coast to coast every year, but it's like in a group supported, and they're Hondas, so they don't blow up.
And I mean,
Like
let's
that-
face it. Nobody else matters, dude. This kid did it.
What I'm saying,
Nobody did it better.
Nobody's
let's put it that way.
nobody's
Nobody
really
did it better.
doing America. Like we're all lucky to be here. Like I don't know if people appreciate it, and nobody's really like truly living America to its potential. You know,
Jerry, you going
Jerry
on
is,
America rant right now?
Yeah, look at my America's on, dude. Like, but yeah, that's what he did on a Chinese scooter, the American way.
You just
coast to coast.
everyone needs to just bum
Dude,
around the country.
This guy just like has some tortillas and some peanut butter. Like I took him to Walmart. That's like all summer. That's what he lives on.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like-
Dude, I'm going to tell the internet, this kid stayed at my house for an entire month last year and refused to sleep in one of the bedrooms. He slept on the fucking cement basement floor.
Dude, he slept in the
for a
shop. Dude,
fucking
we're like,
month.
get in the tiny house.
In a
dude.
fucking house with 3 bedrooms in it.
Oh, so this guy, he had some bear mace.
He's a feral kid, dude.
Did you tell him about it? So he had this bear mace in his bag with all his like clothes and stuff, and it was a dry bag. Yeah, that shit popped off in my brother's driveway.
Yep.
Like all
It
his
stayed in the
stuff,
sun
dude,
a little bit too long.
Everything this dude's own paper sprayed. Like, so we took it to the laundromat.
Oh,
and
we
washed
mailed
it.
you a new bag.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like we watched it drive this thing like 20 times, dude. I remember I stuck my head in the dryer and started crying. I was like, fuck, dude, I don't know, man.
This is my sleeping bag.
Yeah,
my
but it's
fucking
really his whole
lifeline.
life, dude. His
Like,
socks, his everything's in there, dude. Like,
my tarp, my clothes, all my tools, everything just covered in bear
my
mace.
nephew like comes over from school and he finds this like black plastic thing in the driveway and then rubs his eye.
Oh man.
Yeah. So if you're packing bear mace,
Do not put it inside of a dry bag.
Yeah. Don't put it
Outside of the dry bag, please.
outside of your
Yeah.
stuff.
Not in the sun.
And
Yeah,
so
no,
I had an accident with bear spray once also. Here's another one. You will never wash it out of anything. Whatever
he
it hits,
did, dude.
Dude,
Like
it's never
he
really
left,
out.
He left with all this stuff. Like it was cool because he left that bag and we fixed the
You still can
bag.
touch your eyes.
Oh yeah. Doesn't
Dude.
bother your skin. Doesn't do anything.
Dude, the backpack and
It's hot
jacket
water
I got
and
it
Dawn
on,
dish soap.
it never fucking,
Oh.
I never got it out.
Yeah.
Wow.
I never did.
It's
Well,
pungent. Like I said, we watched it like
it took
a
me
dozen
like 8
times,
days
but-
of washing it every
'Cause
day.
we were just hanging out waiting for that motor to come. Me and Garrett
Yeah.
were just like kicking it. You know, I
Yeah.
didn't have a lot of work. I work for myself, and so I do whatever, whenever. I was like,
Let's face it,
So-
you come and go, Jer.
yeah, I come out and we,
Don't
we were
try and
just
sell it
hanging
as
out.
something
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
It was, and I did get it out. That sleeping bag's cooked. Like that sleeping bag has like 400 fucking nights in it at this point in time, which is way too much for a sleeping bag. And so it's done. I need a new one.
Have you
But
actually wore holes in your sleeping bag?
No.
I've never worn one out. I just
No.
melted on my pipes like way before
it
it ever like wears out.
I just piss in them too much.
Who peed in my bed, dude? Like, what the
You
fuck,
peed
dude?
in my
Who pissed
bed.
my bed, dude?
That's like my worst nightmare is staying on the road. I'm at somebody's house and I piss their bed. And I'm just
Dude, back when I used to
Dude, I
drink,
know a
I
girl
fell
I'm
asleep in
staying-
this mummy bag on the beach, and I woke up and I was like,
Oh, that
God, I hope this is sweat. I'm like,
Dude, if you pissed in a legit sleeping bag, dude, you'd be in a puddle of piss.
Yeah.
Like,
I've done it.
yeah.
You'd be.
But I was wet head to toe. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
how is my neck wet, dude?
You get real hammered one night. You wake up and you're like, fucking great. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. This is bad.
Yeah.
But you're like, I'll stop myself halfway through. I mean, you let a couple of quarts out, but
Let it go.
Oh my god.
So he rode that scooter from my house, and then it blew up. Oh, you made it to the retreat.
yeah, you
Yeah.
blew it before that, but
You made it.
I made it to Pennsylvania.
We're calling it.
it.
We're calling it that. You know, it's because Rick still starts that thing from time to time, like it. So
It
anyways,
sucks to start.
but coming full
High
circle.
compression, bro.
No compression.
Are you gonna race it tonight? And the
I don't know if it's here. I don't think Rick brought it, but I told him not to bring
on
it.
Rick's Sportster, and like comes back. He drives back to my house on dirt roads, like on a Sportster. Like he made it
Oh,
all the way to
God.
my house without touching pavement, right? Like basically.
As much
Yeah.
off-road as you could. Yeah. And then I fucking make it back to their house. I fucked the bike up in Georgia real bad because I was really stupid.
That video
And I
was
just
gnarly,
drove,
dude.
drove the bitch
Dirt
into
right
a
to the
ditch.
face, dude.
Like,
That was the best video ever.
and I got up and
I was like, how
I'm,
did that?
I'm wearing a fucking showy RF14 because I like my brain in one piece.
Well, I like your face the way it
Hit you in
is,
the
you
face.
know? Yeah.
And so I was like, I didn't hit my head because I don't want to replace this fucking $550 helmet. And so I was like, I'm good. I fucking hurt my ribs real bad. Whatever. Broke like 17 spokes out of the rear wheel.
Yeah.
Fucked it up bad. And I broke a couple more spokes along the way, and it's just this whole
Dude,
big
that's
mess.
what's cool is I got to take you to the old man, dude. I took you to the
And-
spoke fucking wizard,
And
dude.
I got to
I was like,
Durango.
I
and
got a guy for
broke
that,
some
dude. Like-
spokes. And they're like, yep, there's Bicycle Bob. Like,
It's so funny. He
fucking-
tried to teach me how to do it. I'm like, Bob, that's what you're for. Like, he's like
That's what
old,
you're
dude.
for.
Like I might have to learn someday. Like,
And fucking, we got this
him and
wheel
Bob
laced
were
up.
throwing
and
down,
fucking,
dude. Like,
yeah.
because he was a bicycle guy. This guy did some BMX or
Yep,
something like
yeah.
that. You know, like.
And fucking, yeah, and I stayed another 16 days at their house. And that on the sports car.
Yeah.
And fucking got the rear wheel all fixed
Dude,
up. and-
we went to. We went. Dude,
I
we went to a
stole
lot of
Rob's
places.
bike.
Think about
Yeah.
it. So you
My
showed
bicycle.
up. No, but the first time.
He called Dad to see if he could borrow the car.
I remember so he called Rob. He's like, Dad, I need to borrow your bike. And Rob goes, put it on speakerphone. I want Willie to hear this. Listen, do not get my bike airborne. No, dude.
Oh, yeah, and I said
Yep.
no wheelies either.
No wheelies.
No wheelies.
No wheelies and no jumping.
So the first time he shows up, we're going to Raton to run to Ratonin. I was like, oh, you can take my Evo. And it's like a soft tail, kick only, 5-speed. It's the dumbest thing that you ever like, no one should do this. Like,
no one should do
but he
this.
can drive it with his feet. He fits it really well. It's like 7 feet long. So
Yeah, it's
he
a
looks
fucking
like
long
a normal,
bike.
normal person on it. But he drove it with, he rode my bike. Like I look over and he's driving it with his feet. Like this.
Yeah.
like for a waste. For
Yeah, like 30, 40 miles.
Yeah.
I just locked the throttle
Dude,
in
and then we
and
went-
fucking.
We went to Chop Town too.
Yep.
We went to
We went to Corn Free.
Corn Free. That's
Yeah,
what
and
it
that's
was.
when I stole Rob's bike.
That's when they put you at Easy Rider.
Yeah. Fucking.
Yeah,
That's when I got the magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know you like these new M8 bikes, but I had it explained to me at one point in time, I think it might have been by you, that they sound like a Harley. They kind of look like a Harley.
No,
they
it's an ultra-realistic Harley simulator.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I want to make one. We were
That's
talking
a
about
good
that
way to put
meme
it.
at breakfast where it was like.
Are you saying if AI made Harleys?
Yeah,
If AI made Harleys, they'd make an M8.
It's funny because you're right. You're like, there's no dead spots, and there's power.
There's no
There's
dead
power
spots.
here. There's power there. There's power.
The best part is Harley's set up right down there.
Yeah.
Harley Davidson?
Yeah.
Oh man, we gotta
That's
make
the
fun of
best,
them.
dude. Yeah, it is, dude. I consider
It's
I
like
consider the
cheating,
twin
man.
cams the last real Harley.
I'd say Evo.
Evo.
A lot of guys
Evo,
say
yeah, we're the
Evo.
same way.
A lot of guys
Yeah,
say
because-
Evo. I'm saying twin cam.
I
So
don't
I
know.
went
Twin
to-
cams are soulless too, man.
I went to the factory.
They could be cool.
This was like during
I
Twin
get
Cam, and there were 6 humans and 3 of them were eating ice cream. You know what I mean? Like these bikes have been built by Chinese
Yep.
robots for years. Like the
Yeah.
Heart and Soul, like Evos are fucking cool. Like
I
that
mean-
bike might be the best. You know,
You look at the Harley evolution from like first overhead
that
valve, a
might be the
knucklehead to
best
a
bike ever made
panhead.
that Evo Sportster.
Yeah,
Like,
Evo Sportsters. Yeah,
those are,
But-
they're like chat bikes. Those fuckers. I got like 100 cams. Look at Timmy, dude.
A
Like,
knucklehead to a panhead is minor differences. A panhead to a pan shovel is minor differences.
Yep.
A shovel head to a pan shovel to a
But think about
slab
that
to
from
a cone, is it's
it's a pretty
minor.
big, but
It's the same top end, a little different oiling.
Well,
but you can put an
the
Evo
cam's
in
still
the
in
old
the
chopper
same.
frame. You know
well,
what I mean?
any generation Harley, every generation.
It's just a half step.
Yeah,
they would do
use
a
it-
half
it
step.
is.
It's a
They
half
would
step.
change a top end,
Yep.
and then they would change the bottom
Yeah,
end,
and then-
and that's how they've
and
done
then
it.
twin cams came around and they fucked everything up.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just
Well,
they're
There
let's
is
put two
parts
cams in this.
compatibility. Like I swear
Why?
that somebody told me once they share like 100 parts or something. That there is
They're
parts
good fucking bolts.
compatibility. Yeah, bolts. Yeah,
Like-
7/16 fucking bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just they like I've ridden a bunch
All
of
right,
twin
here's
cam
my
bikes,
question.
but they,
Here's my question: which has more soul, the scooter or an M8?
That's exactly.
Oh.
Well, dude, it's
The scooter-
I don't
the
even know what
scooter-
I meant by
I
that.
the
did a
scooter
bunch of
after it
research.
made it to the other
Yeah.
after I hit Maine. After I hit Boston, that thing saw both oceans. That thing got some soul to it. It doesn't start in the mornings.
You
it
can
leaks
look
gas.
at it. You know what I
Like,
mean? You know that like something happened there.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like there's something. You know what I mean? Like
You just want to walk up to the scooter and go,
Some
"Who
steep-
touched you?"
Who
Yeah.
touched you? Like
just
that
oozing
scooter
sex,
had
you know
some
what I mean?
soul.
Like, it's like-
Oozing sex. There'd probably been at least 10 titties on it at that point in time.
There's a good documented half dozen. Like there's at least 6 known.
Dude, all right. Here's my favorite part. More girls have been on that than most fucking
Yeah, dude.
baggers.
Dude, yeah. Even your FXR, dude. Like
Not
yeah.
mine. Yeah.
It's
I'm
like,
not talking about my FX.
Like I'll be talking to like
Everybody's a dude magnets, man.
a
They're
normal like bagger dude, like a normal guy that you meet at the bar,
Yeah, yeah.
and show him a picture of a scooter with 3 chicks with their titties out on it.
Yeah.
Thank you to all those chicks, by the way. And they'll go, "Oh yeah, I got this," and it's a picture of them at Daytona with some paid fucking model on it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't pay these girls.
Right.
Like,
Dude, I almost
there's
wore
the
this shirt
difference.
today. I got it out, and we were like, so
Oh, yeah.
everybody's like, get in the van. Because I was telling him I was like self-conscious about wearing a shirt with like a younger girl's breast on it. You know?
She's 21,
yeah.
but yeah.
I'm getting old enough to be with my daughter.
He's like, yeah. they're
So
like a
Garrett
year
was
older.
born the year I graduated, or was supposed to graduate.
But yeah, the scooter trip is such. It took me 80 days. Like there's so many tales. I can't even remember half of them until somebody like spits out something stupid about some city in fucking Kansas, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I know that place. And I tell them what happened, like Dinosaur, Colorado. Somebody mentions Dinosaur, and I'm like, I got hammered in the park with some fucking hobos and bicycle dudes.
Yeah.
And a guy, another hobo, fucking grabbed a chick's titty at the loafing jug across the street.
I've been at Loafing Jug. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And it's just like the wild, and that was a real story. And it
The name of the
just
place is the Loafing Jug.
Yeah, it's a Utah thing. I think they're in other places
in
too,
Wyoming too. Yeah.
But my grandma, or my mom, grew up right next to Dinosaur.
Yeah.
She actually worked at the monument.
Yeah.
When she was in high, or
Was the
ran
chick
with
into
monument.
him?
No, she
It was
called the cops.
non-consensual. It was not.
And then the cops
What the cops
pulled a dude over earlier that day and found like a couple ounces of mushrooms. And they asked one of the other dudes, one of the guys that I was staying with, they're like, "Hey, are these psychedelic mushrooms?" Because apparently the dudes sleeping in the park know what psychedelic mushrooms look like, and we're all like, "No, those are regular mushrooms." And then they're like, "Okay, we can't test them," and they bought it. And it's like, that's a real story that happened in Dinosaur, Colorado, and that's just like a regular day on the scooter.
Well, they're legal now.
Yeah.
They're good now.
Yeah.
Don't try to pull that shit in Utah.
No.
They'll fucking string you up, dude.
The thing about Utah that I don't understand is like I hit the Utah border and I'm like, I gotta do all my drugs like at this rest stop. And then I'm
Dude,
like,
they gave my
coming up
grandma
by
2 years
25.
probation for possession less than an ounce at 83 years old. They don't give a fuck
And
in
it's
Utah,
like,
dude.
I'm going up I-25 just fucking ripped because I did all my drugs at a gas stop. And it's like, this is not safe, Utah. Like,
Look what you did, Utah.
Look what you did. And this is not a one-time occurrence either. Like,
everybody knows, you know.
You should write a letter to the mayor and
Like,
tell them that story.
All you gotta do, I used to make my grandma weed all the time. You just put a Book of Mormon on the dashboard, and then you're like,
Oh,
you're
Yeah. It's like my truck, the truck that I kept, is a '79 Ford, and it has retired Mills Fire Department on the front bumper because it was my grandpa's truck. He was a retired fire department, and Mills is a place they give you tickets for anything. I'll rip through their 20 over the speed limit in an old man truck, and they go, "Yeah, it's just Gramps going to work," and they're fucking blind because it says retired Mills Fire, but everyone else is a fucking pain in the ass. Oh shit.
Oh man.
We're about good to call for today?
Yeah, let's call it.
All right.
Yeah. See you guys later.
Party on, part 2.
Yeah, think about stories today. You know what I mean? Like.